So in today's video, I am going to be reviewing the new unreleased BMW M2 that will be coming to Greenville in the next update. And this is a car that myself and many others have been very hyped for, so I'm very honored to be given the opportunity to review this thing today. However, before we get into today's video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe as we are on the road to 27.7k subscribers, so it would be greatly appreciated as always. And for those of you guys who would like to join my Discord server, that is in the description below. For those of you guys who would like to stay up to date with all of my future content and all of Greenville and Southwest Florida's update information. But without any more talking, guys, let's get straight into today's video. Alright, so over here I have 5 trims of the new M2. Now there are a lot more trims than this when it actually comes to the game. However, there are so many to the point where if I were to review all of them, this would be an extremely long video, so that's why I have just stuck to 5 today. So actually starting off with the trim names, the silver one right here is the 2022 BKM Series 2030 TW Sport. The bright blue one here is the 2025 BKM W20 Carbon Edition. The purple one here is the 2022 BKM W2040T all-wheel drive. The dark blue one is the 2025 BKM W20 manual, and the red one here is the 2025 BKM W2040T all-wheel drive. And lastly, there is actually 6 trims that I'm reviewing here. Both of these are purple, so I didn't notice, but this one is the 2025 BKM Series 2030T. So pretty awesome trims right here. I definitely dig this blue color a lot actually, and I quite like this red one too, but let me know what your guys' favorite color on these things are. Alright, so now I'm actually going to get into driving these things, and I'm going to go trim by trim here. So starting off, I'm going to be driving the 30T. So getting into this thing here. As you guys can see, when we get into the car, it has a very nice, like, welcome charm to it, which is actually very nice. And the startup on this thing is actually surprisingly beefy, and it actually sounds really nice. I think the rev sounds might be broken, but yeah, so far on the sound side of things, it's actually looking pretty good. Then these are also our daytime running lights alongside our headlights. And then these are the brake lights. And also here is the horn. Pretty standard, to be honest. And also here are the front blinkers, looking pretty cool, and the rear blinkers as well, looking pretty nice. Now it's time to get into the actual driving of this thing, and I will say the camera angle does seem to be a bit weird on this. I think it is probably just like a temporary bug, since obviously this car hasn't came out yet. But anyways, apart from that, the actual driving experience of this seems to be pretty smooth so far. Definitely doesn't feel slow whatsoever. It actually feels really fast. Like, obviously not crazy fast, but, you know, fast enough to where you're not gonna, you know, have problems, I guess. And overall, you know, handling and stuff is also really nice. Just a very all-around good car to drive, especially for a daily driver, which I'm assuming is what a lot of you guys will probably buy this thing for. Anyways, though, without wasting any time, let's get straight into the 0 to 60 test here in 3, 2, 1, go. So pretty good launch right there. I think it might take us actually a while to get to 60. There we go, we just got to it. Definitely not the fastest 0 to 60 I've ever seen, but not bad whatsoever either, especially considering that this isn't even the highest trim. And I'm just going to push this thing right up to top speed here. And it seems like we actually maxed out at 138 miles per hour, which to me at least actually seems surprisingly low. Like, acceleration wise, this thing isn't bad whatsoever, I wouldn't say. I mean, to be honest though, most people who are buying this thing are probably going to be using it in roleplay servers, so most of you guys probably won't even be going anywhere near 138 miles per hour anyways, so it shouldn't be much of an issue. But yeah, next up here we are moving on to the Series 2030 TW Sport, the 2022 version. So as you guys can see, this thing sounds pretty awesome. Of course, we do also have the rev sounds this time around, thankfully. Very, very nice. I actually really like these sounds on this thing. As for the brake lights, they are identical to the other model. And as for the headlights, it doesn't look like we have daytime running lights. Also, for some reason, it won't let me turn on the actual headlights, but I'm assuming they'll be identical. And the blinkers are also identical as well. So all in all, very, very nice. Now onto actually driving this thing around. I wonder if this thing will actually be faster. I guess we'll see. So far, it seems very similar in terms of the actual driving experience of this thing compared to the last trim. Once again, it is very smooth and it still seems relatively quick. I mean, it's nothing insane, of course, but you know, handling is also really nice in my opinion. Can't really go wrong, to be honest. But anyways, let's move on to the 0 to 60 test. So in 3, 2, 1, go. Right, that was actually a pretty good launch. I don't know if we'll get to 60 faster this time. I think that was slightly faster, but I could definitely be wrong. And now I'm just going to push this thing up to top speed again like I did with the last trim, and let's see what we get here. I'm hoping it'll be a little bit quicker, but I have no idea. And actually, it looks like we are maxing out at around 138 miles per hour again, sadly. Not like that's like a huge deal breaker or anything, but you know, definitely would have been nice to have faster speeds. I would like to point out as well, though, that the performance on these trims are not like final as of yet, because once this thing actually comes to the game, the performance could be quite heavily adjusted, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see for the update. But for now, at least, it does seem pretty good. Now up next, we have the 2025 W20 Carbon. So getting into this thing here. And okay, that startup is actually kind of insane. This is definitely like the best looking trim that I have shown off so far, in my personal opinion at least. This will most likely be the one that I'll personally buy. Let me know if you guys agree with me on that though. As for all the lights and stuff, they seem to be literally identical. For some reason the blinkers are frozen on this trim, so yeah, but the headlights, yeah, also identical. Literally all the lights and whatnot are identical, but I'm pretty sure that startup sound was quite different. So anyways though, driving this thing, I'm actually really rooting for this thing to have higher performance. I mean, it already looks 10 times more sporty than the other two trims that I just reviewed, so I would really hope that it would be faster. I can already sort of tell though that it feels faster. I really hope I'm not being delusional here, because it actually legitimately does feel a lot faster. Like, I'm literally sliding around the roundabout here. This thing is actually a very good drifting machine for those of you guys who are into that. Like, I literally have all my traction control on and whatnot, and I'm still like drifting so easily here. So as for how good of a daily driver this thing would be, I wouldn't say it's as good as the other two trims, but if you're looking for something a lot sportier and probably a lot faster as well, this is probably the one for you guys. But anyways, let's move straight on to the 0 to 60 test here without wasting any time. So in 3, 2, 1, go. Very, very good launch right there. And oh my gosh, that is significantly faster, dude. Alright, now I'm doing the top speed test. I actually can't wait to see how fast this thing goes, since the 0 to 60 was definitely a lot faster, so surely the top speed will be too. As you guys can see, we have already skyrocketed past 138 miles per hour, which is great, and it seems like we maxed out at 178 miles per hour. So yeah, this is definitely the performance I was looking for. If you guys want a sporty trim of this car, this is probably the one for you guys. Now moving on to the 2022 2040T. Pretty good sounds, to be honest. I can definitely tell this won't be as high performance as the last trim that I just reviewed, but should still be pretty good regardless. I definitely dig this purple color. I feel like this is definitely going to be one of those other daily driver trims. I mean, the handling, yeah, is essentially identical to the other earlier trims that I reviewed, so I'm not going to go in depth with that too much. And I'm honestly just going to get straight into the 0 to 60 test here and see if we've got any differences, or at least any major differences here. So in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, pretty good launch right there, and now we are at 60 miles per hour. So I think that was actually very similar to the earlier trims that I reviewed. It could be slightly faster, but I don't really think it is. And then pushing it straight up to top speed here, we actually are going a little bit faster. Hold on, I did not expect that. We are reach 156 miles per hour, which is actually quite surprising in my personal opinion. Now we have the W20 manual trim, which is actually another pretty sporty looking trim in my opinion. So yeah, 100% one of the other sporty trims here. I actually really like this color. When I buy this thing, I'm definitely going to be getting it in this blue. It looks super clean in my personal opinion. Pretty much the only visual difference I would say from this and the other trim that I reviewed, which was the W20 Carbon, is that this one doesn't have the carbon lip at the back. But apart from that, it looks virtually the same, and it also drives virtually the same as well, I would say. Of course though, I am going to have to test that, so let's do the 0 to 60 test now. So in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so pretty good launch there. And we're now at 60 miles per hour, as you guys can see. Definitely not the greatest 0 to 60 there, but still hopefully some pretty good performance regardless. I think it'll be very similar to the other trim. And top speed wise, we're actually up to 185 miles per hour. Wow. So that's even faster than the carbon trim for some reason. Yeah, actually very, very surprising there. I do like having that carbon lip at the back though, so I kind of still favor that trim over this one, but I guess that might just be me. And lastly, here we have the W2040T all-wheel drive trim, and this is the 2025 version. So pretty stock standard sounds. Actually a very nice looking version of this vehicle though, as the grille at the front is like blacked out, and also it does actually have a little lip at the back here. So it does look actually pretty clean in my personal opinion. Handling seems to be pretty good for the most part as well. It doesn't like seem to slide anywhere, which is definitely good to see, especially for those of you guys who are looking for a daily driver. But let's actually check the 0 to 60 on this thing, see if it's got any impressive performance. So in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, oh, that was actually a really good launch. Hold on. Okay, and we're already at 60 miles per hour. That was very surprising how fast that was. I don't know if that was just like insane luck on my part or what, but that seemed extremely quick. And we actually seem to be going up to 156 miles per hour here. So that's actually a very, very solid top speed. Definitely nothing to complain about there. This is an all-around just pretty good trim in my opinion. This red's also a very nice color as well. I would highly recommend this trim, to be honest. Very, very clean. And yeah, anyways though guys, that's going to be it for today's video. There was a lot to go through today, so thank you guys for sticking through. For those of you guys who did enjoy it once again, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, as we are on the road to 27.7k subscribers. It would always be appreciated. Yeah, anyways, let me know in the comments below if you guys are going to be buying one of these trims. I will definitely be buying a few of them myself, as I honestly really like this thing, and it is a pretty cool vehicle altogether, and it's definitely nice to get some more fictional BMWs in Greenville as well. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.